And we are back on the Dad Panther Variety Streamer, Content Creator, Master of None. And what are we talking about today? We're talking about XDEFIANT, and we're going to try to dive in a little bit more on the factions. Yeah, click allow. Okay, feels good to be back. Hit the subscribe button. We're going from 0 to 1,000, but let's get into the meat of it. Right, we're talking about the factions. There's 4 factions for now, and they will add more factions later on from the universe that is Ubisoft and everything in between, even if it's not Tom Clancy, which they did hint at saying they would bring in something else. And if you look at the art, which I mentioned in a previous video, you can see elements from Far Cry, you can see elements from Watch Dogs. So Ubisoft is going to use a little bit of everything, maps included, I'm sure of it. Now, there's 4 factions that we had talked about that were revealed to us. Now, my goal is to break down a little bit more information on the faction. So the first one we're going to go on is meet the echelon, right? If I'm saying that term correctly. Now, they don't shy away from being in a firefight, but they still know that information and things of that nature are their most important weapons. They're invisible on the minimap, and they use their abilities to surprise and confuse foes. They can reveal their location of the enemy team members, giving allies huge tactical advantages. Now, I'm also going to say, if I don't say it later on, that again, the faction is going to just have the style of play, but the Defiant, which is the character that you can choose, can be something else in it. So for instance, you could have a character that's inspired from Splinter Cell or Ghost Recon or even The Division, and still be someone who is a player that's involving with information, giving information and hiding information and things of that nature. Right? Yeah, that makes sense. Let's keep going. Now, let's meet the Wolves. The Wolves are ex-Special Force gone rogue. Wolves are as deadly as they are hard to kill, thanks in part to their additional body armor, flash bang resistance, and tech like their personal shield and deplorable mag barrier, which also provides cover for teammates. So this could be the dome bubble that we saw that was similar to like Destiny and Valorant, where you might have somebody who's able to deploy a shield. They can deploy a shield and your team can shoot through to the other team, but they can't shoot you. So you've got that. You also saw in the video a personal private shell, a shield, which you've seen in different games like The Division and things of that nature. So that's what you're looking. I mean, they've already told us it's going to be higher in HP. Their skill set will be the fact that they are your shield. They're your tank. That's the style. So if that's your style of play, there you go. There's the Wolves. Now for the Wolves, they have an ultimate. Everyone has an ultimate. I mean, they've got abilities, you got guns and loadouts, you got passive talent. So their ultimate is the ultimate shield. Okay, it's a mobile area effect. It's like an ultimate shield, and they can push, they can hold the objective in the face of withering fire. So you've seen that already, like I talked about before, where it's like a dome that's over you. You're able to move with said dome. You can stay and hold down the fort, whatever the team strategy is for that. But let's continue, let's push forward. Now, this faction is going to be, in my opinion, very popular for the fact that it's DPS, it's the assault, and for people who love to pew pew pew. First, the Cleaners. These former New York City sanitation workers solve their problems with one tool: fire. Cleaners are damage dealing specialists, packing an extra grenade in the loadout with hardware like napalm turrets, a flame spreading drone strike, and an old-fashioned flamethrower. Oh, did you want that objective? Sorry, that's on fire. Now for the Cleaners, it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. Like I said before, some of the variants that we've seen that go with them, or not variants, but the Defiants that go with these factions, they're different. Each one is different with a different look, but the Cleaners in general, that's what that is. Now their ultimate, burn it with fire. When Cleaners need to get rid of a pesky enemy and make sure they capture a zone is 100% ready and deep cleaned, burning well, there's an ultimate for that. It's called the Purifier. This flamethrower ensures that all foes close to medium range are well done. I like what they're saying. close to medium range or well done. Put in the comments how you like your steak. Anyways, that is the cleaners. Let's move on. Now, just to recap, we talked about the wolves and their ultimate being the shield and everything that's a shield at more HP. We talked about the cleaners having the assault, more DPS, and they will burn it to the ground. We kind of went over echelon, if I'm saying it correctly. I don't have their ultimate to be able to read it off, but their ultimate, I believe, if the center UI is their ultimate would be the vision of them being able to see where everybody's at, where everything kind of turns green and enemies or your team members are traced in a certain color. Wish I had more information. I don't. But let's end it with talking about the one that I'm excited about because of the healing is the Outcast. Let's meet the Outcast. The Outcasts, they're not crazy. They don't like you to call them crazy. They're just reborn survivors who've learned to take care of their own. Similarly, they can actually take care of their team as a healer. They're part of the support class and they deal an increased damage boost as they heal their own. They get health regeneration and they can also heal nearby allies or drop, you know, like a little med kit, like a hive. That's interesting because in one of the videos, yeah, I'm thinking about it. Go back. There's a video where it looks like someone has a green heal, right? And there's a hive that's thrown. I think they use a stinger hive because you see something kind of happen and they go down, because I thought it was weird. I'm like, man, I heal all the time. I'd never throw a heal and then my team drops. That would make me a bad doctor. But listen, that's the rundown. That's the 4 factions. That's their ultimates that we talked about. Wait. But there's more. I didn't say the ultimate for the Outcast. Here it goes. The ultimate for the Outcast, lifesavers. Nom nom nom. Not okay. It's not the candy. The Outcast divine intervention ultimate prevents them and their allies from dying for a limited amount of time, which can be set for some awesome plays. Think about that. So I'm able to throw this down, drop this, right? And when I do, it's going to, and you saw it, it was like a staff-like thing that emits like a gas or whatever, and your area turns green. But that means I'm able to, hey, you know, tell my team, I got you for just a moment in time. And with the fast time to kill, the cooldowns, I don't think really the cooldowns will be longer than what, 20 seconds, 30 seconds tops. I think you'll have to be kind of smart about when you use it, but it's no different than Valorant and some of these other games where, you know, you gotta play smart and you gotta use your skills at the right time. So again, you could have been anywhere in the world. All we went over was the 4 factions. We talked about some of the ultimate. You're probably curious, where am I getting this from? Remember in previous videos, I told you this game information was leaked under another name called BattleCat. And we like to thank 0bytes0 for the information, which I believe I've given credit multiple times in other videos. But anywho, you could have been anywhere in the world and you're here. I greatly appreciate that. Until next time, Calicula.